Hello, today we'll be talking to you about the Berlin airlift. Truman's administration called for direct military response. Instead, he ordered a massive airlift of supplies into West Berlin. Turner commanded the military air transport service during the Berlin airlift in 1949. U.S. Air Force, the Royal Air Force, and other Allied forces in 1948 flew the very planes that carried the supplies. Sometime during 1948 through 49, Gale, aka the candy bomber, had dropped candy bars from the air on tiny parachutes. Three-quarters of the flights were by Americans. The airlift, which continued for 50 months, claimed the lives of 31 American men and 39 British flyers. On June 24, 1948, the Soviet Union shut down all access points to Allied control areas. West Berlin residents were quickly running out of food supplies in time. After a month, President Truman and his allies devised a plan to alleviate the crisis. The United States and Britain began airlifting food and fuel to Berlin from Allied air bases in West Germany on June 26. During the airlift, the United Kingdom delivered more than 2.3 million tons of food and fuel. By the end of August 1948, there were 1,500 flights per day. On May 11, 1948, the Soviets lifted the blockade. This is the timeline from the very start to the very end of the Berlin airlift. From newspaper articles to cartoons, the media was keenly aware of what was going on in Berlin, Germany. Many cartoons depict propaganda such as strokes delivering supplies to West Berlin, like strokes delivering babies. And many media outlets, including specialty New York Times, La Mode Paris, the Times of London, had covered the situation as it unfolded. The public in West Berlin reacted positively as it caused them to rejoice in happiness and bring back life to the city. During this time, the world was going through the Indian Pacific and leader Mahatma Gandhi is murdered. The World Health Organization, also known as WHO, was established. The Summer Olympics was held in London. The world's first non-stop circumnavigational flight happened. Without the use of aircraft, the Berlin airlift would not have been possible. The Air Force ability to sustain the daily minimum of 4,500 tons required to feed the 2.5 million isolated Berliners was sustainably improved by the utilization of numerous aircraft. To resist the heavy beating of the steady stream of flight planes, the U.S. had constructed three contemporary concrete runways. The crisis resulting in the stabilization of NATO, the ground control approach, had been greatly improved as it required the aircraft to land in Berlin, and our traffic control system is a direct evolution of this technology. As a result, load and maintenance procedures are also significantly improved. Berlin airlift demonstrates the military necessity of air transport alongside bombers and fights. Thank you. Hello, today we'll be talking to you about the Berlin airlift. Truman's administration called for direct military response. Instead, he ordered a massive airlift of supplies into West Berlin. Turner commanded the military air transport service